Hello aspirants, welcome back to the editorial session of the Hindu newspaper dated 15th of December 2018. So under the first editorial we have this coverage which talks on end Sri Lankan crisis. So this is with respect to the Rajapaksa's resignation and to the parliament's issue to what's been happening back in Sri Lanka. As we know, there's a lot of issues were going behind with respect to Mahindra Rajapaksa and also the President Maithripala. So on limelight of this, the coverage has been given out here. Just glance them, don't waste much of your time on that. The second one, negative signals. This is basically with respect to the food falling prices. So here it's actually most of the people that are looking on to only one sided of this particular inflation, which is actually falling down, where the prices are going down for the food and the other perspectives. But you have to also talk about certain aspects to what the rural people would be actually having a problem, because the producers of the basic food items, so these people would be under a distress. So this distress would actually be affecting them in the deeper, and this might impact them with the landless labor and also other associated issues. So when we talk about like a kind fall in inflation, it is good, but again you need to think about something else, which means that what are the other set of people would be having a negative part. So based on that, this particular entire editorial which talks on the negative signals to what the farmers, that the producers would be having a problem out here. So that has been out here, so that it basically gives a balanced approach. So this is on that. And under the lead article you have this, the warning signs are loud and clear. So this basically with respect to Jammu and Kashmir, as the Governor Satyapal Malik, he dissolved the assembly. Based on that you have the entire coverage out here. So you can read them, but don't make any of the points unless and until you find it relevant to be made it. Otherwise you can just read them and don't need to make any points. Then comes with the second lead article which talks on farming in a warming world. So this is basically with respect to IPCC, that is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, where they want to have the global warming confined to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So it is high time that they have to be remained committed to the objectives of the Paris Agreement, because the warming is being farthest and it is moving faster as well. So taking this into consideration, so they have to ensure that the 6th assessment report of the IPCC is being taken into grave importance. So this is basically with respect to agriculture should become a climate resilient. So you have the coverage out here, which is a very important part of your GS paper 3. And when it comes to the next one, so since it's Saturday, you would be having something called as in ground zero, and today the issues with respect to the brew in Mizoram. So this is like they have the assembly elections which has been happening. So the Bruce people who have been misplaced, so now they have been placed into Mizoram, where they are exercising their polls, which means that being the localite citizen out there. So that is on that. That's it. Just understand what are the problems these Brew people would be undergoing. Just read it, but don't make any notes out of it. But just like see if you have like extremist groups like this Brew National Liberation Front, so just make a note of all these terms. So you don't get to see them very often, so you can get 1 or 2 points on them and try to make it somewhere in the corner. That's it. Apart from that, it's all the small minute newses which has been out here. That's it. So basically you have to focus more on your page 6. So these were the important editorials to what you have to cover for 15th of December 2018. Thank you and have a nice day.